Okay, readjust everything.
Awesome.
Understood.
We're glad to have you join us today.
Oh, thank you for inviting. This is awesome.
It's a project. Of course, it's the instructor training program is kind of a culmination of my life's work, and he's obviously grown up in it and has been very instrumental these last couple of years in getting it to grow even more. But we've spent the last year putting it together in a way that school owners could also benefit from, what we've learned and things that work. So I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to share it with you. So.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I'm gonna share my screen and we'll go through a little PowerPoint thing unless you guys have any questions to start.
Nope.
Good? Okay.
You're saying the Keith is the end result of this.
Yeah, go through this program, you'll end up just like me. So
That's awesome.
Not too bad.
It's a lot of pressure on me.
He's the reason I had to come up with this program. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, I'm in the middle of it with my two kids over here, so yeah. This one.
Well, my two grandkids are here and my two kids are here, so it's a family affair. So Leadership Training Academy is a complete instructor training and leadership program for your academy. So the whole concept is to start at a young age and build instructors on purpose, not just accidentally have that 1 in a million person that shows up in your school that can teach, but to build them and train them on purpose and provide instructors for your academy. So in creating more instructors than you know what to do with, that is a good problem to have, and it's one that we've had for a number of years. People want to teach, and I'm like, well, hey, I want to teach too, so we have to kind of share, and we have plenty of people that are assisting and helping, professionals that just want to come in and share their knowledge. I have one lady that's a pharmacist, and she comes in every Wednesday and teaches a class. So it's, just that sort of thing. And then also teenagers that have kind of grown up in the program, same sort of thing. But so it is proven to constantly have that bench strength year after year, and then grooming the next group of leaders and instructors, never being short-handed, and then you go on vacation. So not because you have to close your school if you go on vacation, but you have quality people there for you, so you don't have to stress when you're on vacation. I've had those vacations years ago when I would go, but the people I left in charge, it terrified me. So it's nice to be able to go and not have to worry about that.
Well, you have solutions for that. Fantastic. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, on purpose, this program is, starting, you can start right now and start building and fairly quickly have some strong leaders for yourself. But some of the benefits are immediately adding value to your program. So I know, if you're working with Master Oliver, he's wanting a fair exchange of value. So a good value program, but charging a fair price for you. And this is something that, one of the questions parents have often is how does martial arts teach focus? Well, this program's kind of laid out, and you say, well, here's exactly how we do it, and you have that answer to the parent, or even to the adult of how is this going to help me have more confidence? Well, here's how we do that. But the junior leader program, which I'm going to show you an example of today, is it's 3 to 5 minute training time. I mean, you can learn how to do it, especially instructors. Any staff member that you have can do it, and all the work's done. So that's pretty awesome benefit for that too. But any staff member can do it. And I know one of the problems is you want to have leadership, and you got people that can teach class, but it's not necessarily the person you want to be telling the students how to live their life, how to develop their character. Maybe it's just they don't have enough life experience, or maybe they're great instructors, but their life experience is not something you want them to be sharing. So this is something that you can kind of know that a good lesson is going to be taught to the kids, whether you're there or not. The whole program is the junior level, which I'll demonstrate for you today. And then we have, in our academy here, we have apprentice level, which is, now it says age 12 to 13, that's the youngest. But if I have adults that are, coming in and training and they're wanting to join the instructor training program, they go for the apprentice level also. So they still go through all these levels. These are just the minimum age requirement. And then kind of the process of it, if you have a 9-year-old that starts martial arts and then they're in your leadership training program, by the time that they're 12, they're ready to join the apprentice level. And then by the time they're 14 and 15, they're assisting in classes, warming up classes for you, maybe even sooner, but it's just designed that way. And then by the time they're 16, then you have a quality certified instructor. And those instructors I really love because, they're there all the way through high school typically. And then depending on what their goals are after that, they either stay while they're going to college, or they stay while they start the workforce, or, obviously some of them move on at that point. But for 2 years, you've got this really quality 16-year-old that's capable of teaching classes. And then the whole program is designed to where you always have that new 16-year-old. You always have that new person. And then also, again, as I mentioned before, adults, they come in, they just jump right in. It's the same training program for them. So any questions on that so far?
No.
Okay. And then this is example of the junior leadership program, the video. Now we have 52 of these videos. Each one has a different lesson and activity that you play. So it's kind of designed. You can do it one video a week, so the kids do the video all week long, or you can do, just depending on how your program goes, you can make it go, every 2 weeks they do this same activity. It just depends on how your students go into through your program. It's also designed for any martial arts, so it's not Taekwondo specific. That's our Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu is what we teach here, but we wanted to make it any martial arts, or actually any group of kids could do these activities, and then 2, it doesn't take a whole lot of equipment or anything like that. So we'll just go ahead and watch one of the videos. Take 3.
There we go.
9, 10. Today's leadership word is teamwork. We all know that working on a team can be a lot of fun and you can get so much done. We also know that working on a team can be really frustrating if the team is not working well together, and it can make you even want to quit and the team will get nothing done. So there's 2 things I want you guys to remember. Number 1 is to listen. Listen to everyone on your team. Let everyone voice their ideas and opinions. That way everyone feels heard and everyone feels included. The second thing I want you guys to remember is to let everyone be involved. Everyone gets a chance to be a part, but we don't want one person or many people sitting on the sidelines and only 1 or 2 people doing the work. We want to make sure everyone is included. That way everyone is doing their part and the goal gets accomplished.
I'm going to pause it right there so you can see each video is very short, so you can do this one of 2 ways. You can play it for your class. We have a TV in our studios, and so we play it for the class. Or you can just watch this and then go out and teach it yourself. So it's set up either way you want to do that. But you have the character development, what you want the kids to learn, and then we demonstrate what the activity looks like. So I'll go to
Our activity for the day is the Teamwork Tower. You are going to use the targets and objects that your instructor has already set out for you to see how fast your team can put together the tallest tower.
So it shows the kids how they're, supposed to, how the activity goes. It shows the instructors how the activity
Make
goes.
sure that you're listening to everyone on the team's ideas and make sure everyone has a job and gets to be a part.
It's super close, but it looks like winner was team number 1. Let's give them a big hand, guys. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 52 of those, and each one has the activity. And then what we do is once they've seen that, it's 2 minutes to get the lesson, and then we might say, what were the 2 things they say you needed to be a good team member, and they should be able to repeat that to you, and then they can go right into playing the activity. So the whole process takes about anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes from the time they sit down to watch the video and then do the activity, and that's your leadership lesson. One of the things, these are activities that we've been teaching for a long time, many years. But once we started kind of the video and the format of this happens at the end of every class, the parents have been really excited about it. They're paying attention a lot more to the leadership lessons that we're teaching. And I feel more confident because, obviously Keith or Kelly, I feel good about them teaching a leadership lesson, but if I do have one of the 16-year-olds teaching the class, I know that the kids are getting, and the parents see they're getting that quality lesson. So that's kind of that junior leader program in a nutshell.
Is this something that you teach after the regular class, the leadership training part? That's when they get involved in this kind of training?
Yes, sir. So our classes are an hour long, and when they are in the leadership class at the last portion of that class, like I said, anywhere from like 5 to 8 minutes is this lesson.
Okay.
And then in some leadership programs, I know they have, like they might have an extra thing that the students get to learn in leadership, which might be a special weapon or a special skill set or something. And we've also done it where, say Monday, Tuesday, the leadership portion of class is that special element. So maybe they get to do their nunchucks on Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday is the leadership lesson where they're doing this type of activity with the character development. So sometimes some schools could do it that way. We've just structured our class to where we do this activity at the end of every class.
Okay.
Yeah, and quite a few people, I've had some people not use, if they don't have the TV accessible in their classroom. I've seen them bring laptops and things like that. And also we have the full manual. So you could just use the paper copy of the manual to learn the lessons, or potentially just have your staff watch videos. If you don't have they could watch them on their own time or on a different TV and learn how to do the lessons. And if there's no TV accessible in the classroom. So obviously the optimal is to have the video out there. The kids get really engaged with the video, and they get really focused, and then you can ask them a few questions after. So that is optimal, but there's some other ways to do it as well.
Okay.
So that's one portion of the entire instructor training program. Like I said, this is like your foundation, your beginning. You're building these kids from the time they are a student, and then the next levels would be like the apprentice and the class assistant instructor, certified instructor. That's kind of your next levels. There is, because these videos are being shown more to the children and to parents that watch them, they're very, I don't know, you can tell they're very professionally done. The videos that for your instructors, the ones that are actually going to be physically in the class helping, are a little bit more here, less formal, I should say. Here's how you teach somebody how to properly correct someone, and then that would be part of your training that you have with your teen and adult leaders. So it's a little different format. But one of the things that we're wanting to do is to be able to not just offer this training, but to have ongoing support. Like every other Monday, we can get together and say, okay, how did this lesson go for you, or which lesson are you on, or in your adult training program, are you having any issues with your instructors? How can we help you with that issue? So that's one of the things that we would like to offer also, not just here's the program, good luck, but support with it.
Ms. Amanda, so if I understand right on this leadership program, because I have a leadership program, I understand how we do this. But the curriculum that you're offering is based on Master Keith was doing there, teamwork development, and I'm talking about teamwork, talking about how to work with other people and how to do drills. Is that kind of what the other videos are about? And I'm talking.
Yeah, let me try to share my screen again, and I'll show you a little bit more what we have.
Yeah, we have I think 13 different words that we went through: discipline, respect, integrity, confidence. And so we have different words, and we have 4 videos per word, four different activities. So that way, every month you have a new word that's being introduced to the students.
So they're all on Google Classroom, which I don't know. Do you guys have experience with Google Classroom?
No.
From our Zoom days?
Shouldn't be so. It should be right there on the Google Drive, no?
Yeah. So what you'll get is like a password, and the password will get you into that classroom. And then once you're in that classroom, then you have access to all the material. So over here on the side, these are all of the units. So we have confidence, positive attitude, leadership, sportsmanship, kindness. I was showing you one of the teamwork ones. We have goal setting, responsibility, respect, health, integrity, and self-control. So you have 12 units. And then like the teamwork unit, each unit has the written guide. So you can download the written how to do it if you have people that like to teach that way or learn better that way. And then you have the 4 different videos that go with teamwork. So each video is supported that way. So what we do at the beginning of the week is I just set it up like I would just set it up on this video, and then when the instructors come in and they teach their class, they just hit, okay, everybody have a seat, it's leadership time, and they hit play, the video plays, then they work on the activity, whether it's health, respect, or responsibility, whatever the word is. And you can do this, it's organized in 12 months, 4 lessons per month, but you can break it up any way that you want, and you can start anywhere that you want, so wherever you wanted to start, maybe responsibility was the first thing you needed to sit down and work on with the kids, or maybe you're currently talking to them, your leadership lesson is on integrity, you can just start right there.
Awesome. Yeah, so this is focused on the 6 to 12-year-olds, 6 to 11, 6 to 12. And then as you saw on the slide before, then we go into our 12 to 13-year-olds and getting them ready to start assist with classes. Then we get into, as they get experience and they have to get so many volunteer hours, then they move up into our 13 to 14-year-old class assistant, and they're working on their leadership and their leadership advancement to be able to teach And so this leadership system, after they've been through that for 3 or 4 years or longer, it really preps them nicely to go right into being an instructor and going through those different levels as well, which is what we want to get into as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Any other questions or anything else that we didn't think of? Hey, bud, what's your name?
No.
That's my son, Leon.
Yeah, I'm liking the hair.
Yeah, he's a.
Yeah, is that does any part of that interest you? What interests you guys the most? What are you looking for?
I think class planning is very valuable. Going in, the difference between a really good instructor and somebody is not so good is when go in there prepared. You know what you're going to do, and you're very clear about it, and the objectives makes classes better and sharper. So this sounds really good, and the focus on this is to create an instructor. Right? My other question that I had is what type of instructor? So like somebody only on the mat, right? Or we're talking about somebody that can do more than that, office wise. Is this is just for the mat? Yes.
Well, a lot of that depends on how you structure your academy, because I do have instructors that their primary goal is on the mat, and then as they gain confidence, part of their instructor training is learning how to talk to parents. I'm talking about, teenagers here at this point, so you need to teach them how to talk to parents and then how to answer the phones and, that sort of thing. So, but the idea is that they have all that confidence and at least good human relation skills after years of being with you to be able to easily step into that role. And then your adults that might want to work on, being in your office doing enrollments and things like that. It's just part of your training. That I know Master Moody has, staff training, and we just insert some of his into the instructor training class. Okay, now we're going to learn what to do when somebody walks in the academy. How do you handle that?
So the answer is kind of up to you, because we have some of our staff that are instructors and they do sales as well. And then we have some of our staff that just focus on teaching. Maybe they're not ready for sales and things like that. So,
and then we also have a lot of students who, like I said at the beginning, just want to give back and just want to be part of, learning how to be a better leader. And they're not necessarily a staff member, but they're definitely support and good instructors that they can teach their own class. They're just not on the payroll. So.
Yeah.
This system that we've created, we'll have 3 or 4 paid instructors on the mat. And then we'll have 3, 4, or 5 volunteers on the mat. So we'll have 8 to 10 instructors on the mat, but only 3 or 4 of them are being paid. And this system really creates that kind of atmosphere where you just have an enormous amount of help. The kids get more, better teacher to student ratio. So that's part of what we really enjoy about the system is we get a ton of instructors, and honestly, a lot of them are just volunteers.
So what I'd like to do, I know everybody, time is important for all of us. I'll email you guys a couple of the videos, and then along with the written part, and then it would be great for us if you would, just try it in your classes and or try it, show it to your instructors, and just see what the response is and see how, my hope is that it's very easy to implement, very easy to use, very easy to get a quality leadership lesson taught every day of the week, no matter who's teaching, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter how busy your day was. You've got this part, the part that you're charging the most for is done,
Right.
and you don't have to think about it.
Okay.
So I'll send you guys a couple of links to different topics